Young. Usually we would, would say Maui Mike, we'd be talking about Bray. Mike Young, coaching in his 4th Atlantic Coast Conference basketball tournament, skewed the socks and has got a stool in front of the scorer's table for his effort tonight.
Coach Young, Coach Bray, 2 guys you want to chop it up with and just hang. These are the guys.
Mutts inside, draws a foul on the first possession for the Hokies, and it will be on Dane Goodwin, the former Golden Bear of Upper Arlington, Ohio. His first and the first on the Irish.
Like the early statement from the Hokies, Mutts probably the most physical player on the court currently to start this ball game. Bury him on a low block, see what the intestinal fortitude, interior defense-wise, the Irish can present. That's advantage Mutts out of the gates.
24-year-old Millville, New Jersey native is just a terrific example of a student athlete.
Too much talent in that body. I mean, too much talent in that body.
What a great kid. 5 double-doubles this year in conference play. You see the Irish lineup, a familiar one, Leshevsky, Goodwin, Ryan Wirtz, all veterans. The Niagara transfer, Marcus Hammond.
Leshevsky's got to win that matchup. Great height advantage.
On Padula, misses. Mutts the rebound. Here are the Hokies.
6'10" versus 6'1". Leshevsky can't convert. Unacceptable.
Padula lost it on the drive and a second Irish foul. You get a look at Young's Hokies. And I'll call your attention to Basile, the grad transfer from Wright State, who is the 3rd best scorer in ACC play at nearly 18 a game. And we've got a foul on Hammond at the Irish defensive end of the floor, and that'll put Sean Padula to the line.
Basile putting up just stupid offensive numbers here as of late. Meanwhile, Hunter Couture, the best 3-point shooter by percentage in the ACC.
And Padula, 2nd best free throw shooter in the conference, makes it a 4-0 Virginia Tech lead. Wirtz and Basile on the switch. Here is Padula trying to defend Hammond. Wirtz. Shot clock at 10 for Hammond. Working against Basile on the drive. Soft ball away. Bounced out. Mutts the rebound for the Hokies. Padula and Virginia Tech driving straight to the basket. And that time turned away. Jordan, is it me, but Virginia Tech, when they go inside out, seems to be the better offensive perspective for Young's success.
No question, because they have the gifted shooters, but they also are gifted back to the basket scorers as well in Basile and Mutts. So you have the ability to play inward and then work your way out. Not a lot of teams have that kind of personnel.
Here's Trey Wirtz hanging 2 over Collins, bounds away. And it's a 4-0 Virginia Tech game. We played almost 2 minutes.
Hokies doing a good job defensively, getting out on shooters, making them meet a chest on drives, doing everything you want. I mean, the Achilles heel, when the Hokies struggle, they are not locked in defensively. Here they have been out of the gates.
Basile's first triple. Rattled out of there, Cormac Ryan will bring it up the floor for the Irish.
Basile, 33 points in that last matchup on February 11th against the Irish. So he's eager to get going here once again.
Yeah, he had 33. Nate Leshevsky had 33 for Notre Dame that day. There he is on the drive. Couldn't finish. Around Basile. Still a 4-0 game. Mutts by Goodwin.
It's a tough matchup for Goodwin with the physicality of Mutts.
Padula. Basile from the wing. 63rd 3 of the year for the young man from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Already a touchdown, extra point on the board for the Hokies. On the drive, Wirtz, and Notre Dame responds. You don't tell Trey Wirtz he's at the ACC tournament. He grew up in Charlotte, son of a very popular sports writer. He watched this event as a kid growing up. Transferred in from Santa Clara to Notre Dame and has been on the stage of a event he idolized as a child in Charlotte.
And with those elite spacing of the Irish, it allows plenty of gaps if you can beat your guy off the bounce. Wirtz able to do that and no help defender in sight because how they spread you.
Padula way strong with the 3. Here's Hammond. Kick out for Ryan. Look at Couture's in his pocket.
Couture work.
Cormack on the hard drive. It rolled off the iron.
Love to see Cormack collect himself, play on two, then offer with the angle he had.
Back out front, Basile another one. Strong, Leszewski kept it alive. Hammond will chase it down. Boy, it's good. It's already in fifth gear, Jordan. We don't have,
and you ain't gonna have a lot of fouls in this one either.
Hammond scores.
Two teams take care of it, don't foul, skilled shooters. I don't know if it plays in the 90s, but most certainly you got to imagine we're going to be playing in the 80s.
Yep. Mutts, nice pass. Basile the catch and score. Grant Basile, all Horizon a year ago at Wright State. He's had a terrific year in Blacksburg. Honorable mention all ACC this week. Leszewski, 15 to shoot. Irish trailing 5. Nate with the roll and can't finish around Collins.
Again, he's got a 6-inch advantage. Nate has to win those matchups. A very skilled talent. He has to embrace the physicality, at least draw a whistle.
Almost 5 minutes gone. Mutts tees one up. Basile tried to keep it alive. Got knocked out. Couture. Collins looking for a 3. Third try. Mutts off the window.
We've said it all day long. Bad defenses can't give up second and third chances. Irish do exactly that.
Yep. Virginia Tech an early 7-point lead. Ryan, a deep 3 from the left. Cormac Ryan, 62nd triple of the year. In 3 ACC tournament games, he's averaged better than 13 points. That's just his 5th 3 in 14 tries at the tournament.
A fierce competitor, plays with an edge. Something at times the Irish can lack. He brings that for 40.
Mutts against Wirtz. That's a mismatch.
Absolutely.
Favors the Hokies. And Justyn can't finish, but a whistle and a foul. We'll have free throws for the Hokies when we continue. 6 minutes in, 11-7. CC Network Basketball is brought to you by New York Life. Over 12,000 agents are there to help guide you through life's happiest and most difficult times. Lead for Virginia Tech. Mike Young's got his team huddled up there and earlier in the locker room.
On the glass, Glenn Kidd, Elijah Poteet. Physicality, tough.
Come on, man.
All right? Physicality, tough. All right, your out-of-bounds special teams, everything's in play. Hey, you're prepared. You're prepared mentally, you're prepared physically. Go lay it on the line. Let's go do it.
Let's go, man. Come on, man.
59-year-old native of Radford, Virginia. 2019 Sporting News National Coach of the Year and an ACC tournament champion is Mike Young.
And physicality is always what the opposition really boasts coming in to playing Notre Dame, because that's kind of been where you can exploit them in that painted area, the lack of toughness. Defensively, as Mutts misses the back end. Defensively, Hokies done a great job. Generated some second chance, but I think offensively they're settling for the 3-2 easily. Mutts needs to touch his down low and challenge the Irish interior and see if they're up to play tough this evening in Greensboro.
I won 4 games a year ago on the way to the title at Barclays Center. Hammond on the drive after Mutts missed 2 free throws. And Marcus Hammond's got a second field goal here, and it's a 2-point lead for Virginia Tech.
Irish are going to give that zone look here because matchups aren't favorable. Now more than ever, if I'm a Lynn Kidd, I'm looking offensive rebound. Hunter Couture, you have to have an awareness at all times of one of the conference's best shooters.
Hunter Couture, 72nd triple of the year for the best 3-point shooter in the conference, Jordan, at 43%. Back to a 5-point edge. Hammond a shot fake, a little hezzy and a drive on Collins, and he'll get to the line, but MJ Collins took a spill on the baseline.
Hammond came down.
Beg your pardon, Hammond, I'm sorry.
On his ankle, a little bit of a limp. He's going to try and walk it off. Love the shot fake, love the hesitation. Threw an array of moves at the defense. to find the drive. But Hunter Couture, look, he's the best perimeter defender for the Hokies. And by percentage, he's the best three-point shooter. And that is entirely too much time to catch, collect, and deliver three. Bench loves it. And in case you didn't know, they tell you it's three.
Marcus Hammond 3 times was all Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference when he was at Niagara for Greg Paulus.
My guy.
Yep. 85 starts.
Wait a second. Did I just hit a CA, my guy, on the broadcast?
You did.
I've officially made it.
Yeah, you have.
I'm officially here.
There's the second.
I just don't have the breadth of my guys that he can deliver.
You got a list.
It's not as long as CA's. There's only one CA.
I did not say it was long. I just said you had a list. 14-10. Hokies by 4 and the ball. Padula, Couture, Mutts, Lynn Kidd into the ball game. Averages about 13 minutes a game in conference play, but he's only averaged 9.5 to close the regular season. And there's the turnover by Virginia Tech. Also, Rodney Rice, the freshman from Clinton, Maryland, has come in as Ryan goes strong to the basket and scores. 5 for Cormac Ryan. He and Marcus Hammond have 10 of the Irish 12.
It's a big-time move from Cormac Ryan, going against the best defender on the roster on the perimeter in Hunter Couture. Challenged him to a man and beat him right at his chest. Took it right to him.
Here's Rice. Much of his year has been derailed by injury, but boy, he finished strong. He had 10 points on Saturday in the win against Florida State. Mutts almost lost it. Look at this, the little turn and push with the right hand. 6 for Justyn Mutts.
I try to get Mutts as many touches as possible early.
How about Cormac Ryan? Front rim miss of a 3. Rebound for Ben Allen Lubin. Freshman from Orlando. Tremendous looking prospect.
Dane Goodwin needs to assert himself. Hasn't taken a shot yet. We're almost halfway through this first stanza.
Here's Ryan against Couture. Cormac lost it on the dribble, turned it over. Couture to the floor. And a foul on Ryan. Maybe out of frustration for the grad student from New York City. 4th on Notre Dame. And that'll bring us to a break in the action.
A little back and forth offensive execution. Hunter Couture, best perimeter defender. Cormac Ryan. Iron sharpens iron, and afterwards lets him know, you're a little too short. Justyn Mutts says, okay, if he's short, then what are you? With the sky hook of sorts. Bodied him.
In the ACC championship at 13 NCAA tournaments, 2 Elite Eights, 15 and 16. And of course, he's picked up some parting gifts, I might say.
Well, let me tell you, it speaks to Coach K's loyalty, but also what Coach Bray meant to him along the ride. Coach K returned for 1 game this year at Cameron.
Yep.
It is when Notre Dame played there. He wanted to be there to support his guy and the relationship that they've had for so many decades.
Yep. Couture, here's Padula. Miss of a 3. Ryan on the run through for Notre Dame. Lets Hammond go with the left hand. And Rodney Rice collects it for the Hokies. Well, you can see why they're excited about Rodney Rice, can't you, Jordan?
Oh, no question. Plays with a good feel, too. Understands pace, tempo, makes proper decisions, and can shoot it.
Yeah, came out of DeMatha's, the number 10 combo guard in the country. Had some ankle issues and a finger injury after his debut. And Trey Wirtz with a awkward-looking shot.
An afterthought. Yeah. Left his feet. Credit to Padula, was with him there the whole time, and thought when he left his feet he could deliver a pass, had nothing, forced a shot.
Rice, nope. And the rebound for Lubin, who finally collects it.
Hasn't been the offensive excellence we expected here in the first 10 minutes. His failure to make some shots, good-looking ones for the most part. Can't complete.
It's been fast to both ends, but it's not been necessarily organized. Hammond over the top of Padula. Nope. In fact, now with the Hammond miss, these two teams are 10 of 28 from the floor.
And of course, we said first one to 80 or 90.
I want to back that off to 75, Cornette.
Yeah, we're taking the under.
I heard you talking. Hunter Couture's dropped a couple of triples.
Drop coverage. You can't do that against such a confident shooter and such an efficient one.
Substitutions wait at the table for both schools. Mike Bray's on a knee over there. He's not checking in. Wirtz. Leszewski now Cormac Ryan. Look at Couture defensively. Cormac a long 3. And Rice will run it down to the baseline. 7-point lead for Virginia Tech with 9:20 to go. Kidd, here's Mutts. Then Kidd trying to shield Leszewski, gets it right back and could not finish.
Point blank. When the buddy becomes a bear, Wes.
And Wirtz, Notre Dame with a 2-screen set. Wirtz a 3. Nope. They're good looks both ways, Jordan.
These are looks that both teams would live with. I mean, this is part of the inner fabric of who they are offensively. Just not completing it.
Padula, soft jump shot from the right baseline. First field goal for Sean Padula. 6-0 run by the Hokies to push it to a 9-point lead. Virginia Tech, as Jordan told you, won the meeting at South Bend 93-87 back on the 11th of February. There's a Virginia Tech foul, and stoppage of play will allow substitutions to take place as Padula picks up his first. That's just the second on the Hokies. Matt Zona is into the lineup for the first time, the 6'9", 240-pound junior who played a career-high 19 minutes and had 10 points the other night at Clemson.
Cormac Ryan, very aggressive hunting his shot here in the first half. Seen a couple go in. Kind of hit a cold streak here with some clean looks.
Yep. Hokies still on that run here. 7-0 run over the last 3.5. Notre Dame hadn't had a point in the last 4.5. 7 to shoot for Couture. Works his way into traffic all the way through, pushed it up, and Zona. Notre Dame's missed their last 7 from the floor. Ryan turned it over to Couture, who played the pass great. Here's Rice, flips it up. Collins the catch and the layup.
The effort from Couture to get it out early to Rice gave them the advantage. Had he played on the open floor as the Hokies taking firm control here in the last few minutes of this game.
9-0 run. Has made an 11-point lead here.
But it's the look ahead, the deflection from Couture, sees Rice, pushes it out. Then it ultimately lands at MJ Collins, who gets the finish.
31, hits 7 of 9 from 3.
That's how he can go when he starts feeling it. Starting to come alive here a little bit, making plays. Him and Justyn Mutts are two of the best leaders Coach Young said he's ever coached. But speaking of leaders,
oh man,
leading the Hokies athletic department right now in achievement, playing for a 1 seed.
Yep, Kenny Brooks' team, of course, and Liz Kidley, Georgia Amore, Kayla King. That's Liz's sister Raven to the right, and Chloe Brooks, who's also a member of the team, Kenny's daughter.
Coach Brooks achieved some history here this past week.
Tell you what,
really cool to see.
A remarkable job by Kenny Brooks and Virginia Tech. And of course, Liz Kidley and Kayla King are from this area. Grew up, Liz's dad, he played in this event as a member of the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Ralph Kidley. So great to see the champion Hokies here, right?
I remember talking to Coach Brooks over the summer in Amelia Island for the ACC coaches meetings.
Yep.
And just came away with like, wow, that'd be a fun guy to play for.
Yep.
Those young women are going to achieve at a high level, and certainly they did. And then I just remember thinking, how's he so chill in CA's the way he is when they've got the same bloodlines? And he said, oh, CA's has always been like that. I remember laughing.
Yeah.
CA's one of a kind, man.
Yep.
Big bro.
Yep. Kenny and Corey cousins, right? 7 minutes to go. Notre Dame got a pair of free throws from Hammond, and Couture answers right back. Triple from Hunter out front.
It's a locked-in Hokie squad.
Yep. Sure is, and they are
defensively really grinding.
Yeah, and leading is 0. Goodwin a 3. Good for Dane Goodwin.
He's got to be more aggressive. That's his first look.
Yep.
And there's been spells, especially down the stretch here in the season, where Dane just hasn't taken the bull by the horn, so to speak, and say, I need to go chase mine. They're at their best and most dynamic when he has that mentality.
Elijah Poteet is the big on the floor for the Hokies, big 34.
Credit Zona there.
Yep.
Couture tried to put him in a blender.
Yeah.
Slid his feet, moved laterally, even on the drive. Stayed down and disciplined to block the shot.
Lead is 9. Hammond trying to find a seam. Here's Goodwin trying to take Collins into traffic. And airballed one from in the lane. Collins will bring it into the front court for the Hokies. A little dangerous here for Notre Dame, I think. Rice a 3. Poteet couldn't corral it. Goodwin's got it.
Poteet's an immovable force.
Yeah, he is.
Credit Zona for battling the best he could.
Poteet's listed at 265.
That's a lie.
You can believe it.
There's that muscle. Feels like it's more than that.
Notre Dame in need of a bucket. Just one of their last 9. Hammond another 3. Oh, Marcus Hammond.
Couture worked his tail off, tried to help, tried to recover, had the contest. Shooters are going to shoot.
Double figures for Hammond. First guy in the ball game to 10. 6-point lead for the Hokies. Lob Poteet overthrown. Hammond kept it alive. Here's Wirtz. Zona catch and shoot 3. Cornette is jealous. Zona's 4th 3 of the year.
Well, for one, I didn't love the idea of Wirtz giving it to Zona trailing. He has that in his bag, but all the shooters filling lanes. Didn't have Zona on the bingo card. He shut me up real quick. At West Durham, you work with me long enough to know that's hard to do. Irish coming alive. Wirtz draws 2. Couture out of place, disrupted. The lucky lefty Hammond. And then Matt Zona going coastal, bangs down a 3.
Online personal styling. What's that?
That's Stitch Fix.
And how can you help me?
We do the shopping for you.
How do you know what I like?
And what fits.
You tell us your size, budget, and style.
Wait, is it a subscription?
No commitment required here.
And I only pay for what I keep?
Yep,
I live in denim. Can you send me jeans?
we've got you.
What about shoes?
Style for me?
For me? For me? For me.
Always. We'll pick the clothes. You enjoy the great fit. Stitch Fix.
I wonder what the old 63-year-old native of Bethesda, Maryland's thinking. His team just rolled off 3 threes. Huh?
He's keeping them loose.
Yep.
If there's anything he's done over the last decade, keep them loose and just have fun.
Yep.
Wing it.
Here's Mutts trying to back in on Wirtz. Justyn up strong and gets his 3rd field goal. 8 first-half points for Justyn Mutts.
I think it's some of the messaging over the years from Coach Bray. And one of the last games I had with them was Carolina and Notre Dame. And he said, everybody's talking about Carolina being desperate. Have they not seen us all year? I think we're firmly more desperate than Carolina. But that's the disarming that he does to get his guys to be loose and take the pressure off them to just go play.
Hammond rolling and scores. 12 in the first half. Marcus Hammond.
Hammond's playing great basketball.
Sure is.
Catching it as a plan, playing a triple threat, and then making a move every time. Has a plan with the ball.
Mutts turns on Zona. Front rim miss.
Zona's been great defensively.
Basile's come back on the floor as well, so they play Mutts and Basile together with Rice, Collins, and Padula.
And the Irish counter with their 2 bigs in Zona and Leshevsky.
Boy, Goodwin wants a little bump here from Zona. Trey Wirtz launches for the tie. Airballed it out of bounds. But Justyn Mutts is doing his work here, JC.
Justyn Mutts is a dynamic piece, and he's been productive here early. Pair of free throws, 3 field goals, and right here versus Wirtz. Get your weight up against 2-3 defenders. The finger roll.
Monday night, 9 o'clock Eastern selection special of Nothing But Net right here on ACC Network, of course on the ESPN app. Full breakdown of the men's and women's selection special, all the games. Kelsey Riggs hosts, and you know the Hall of Famer Muffet McGraw and everybody else involved. And there is Joel Berry and Hunter Couture.
Berry faking like he's working over there.
Now Berry's working. I'm going to tell you where Joel Berry and Hunter Couture are on a list that is kind of interesting about the old ACC tournament. Here's Basile a 3.
Don't leave me on pins and needles now.
We were talking about this tournament and the kind of the uniqueness of it. the most outstanding player award, the Everett Case Award. In the last 6 years, 3 times it's been won by players who were not all ACC. 3 times last 6 years. Hunter Couture last year, Michael DeVoe in 21, as Zona ties the game.
Might be Matt Zona this year.
It could be. But Joel Berry won it in 16.
Of course he did. Hey, let me tell you, that desk, that nothing but net desk, is the most talented desk ever put together in television history.
Speaking of the Case Award, here's Basile shooting back into the lead.
They got 3 national champions on that desk. Are you kidding me?
But you know what? They got 2 Case Award winners, because Carlos Boozer won the Everett Case Award in the 2002 tournament.
There you go.
John Shire, by the way, who coaches Duke, was the 09 winner.
Wes's knowledge unparalleled. That's why you are who you are, my friend.
We get a trip and a foul off the ball on Mutts.
Where do you keep all that stuff in there? That dome of yours. Matt Zona, this is what it's about. Guys giving a lift in unexpected forms. Look, I've seen him in shoot-around and in practice. He's smiling because he's like, finally I can show everybody this skill set that I possess. Having fun. Having fun, playing loose. Irish, nothing to lose.
Cormac Ryan, hard drive and a score.
He's gotten that edge on Hunter Couture a few times now.
7 for Cormac Ryan. Hokies by 1 with 1:42 to go. What's changed here in the old Notre Dame firepower in the last 5 minutes?
For one, Zona's giving him a lift with that shot. Dane Goodwin's connected on 1, and Cormac Ryan continues to pursue those driving lanes, not to mention double figures for Marcus Hammond. Starting to have balance.
Bray's team can take the lead in the final 90 seconds here. Hammond has been sparkling.
Wes, they got good ones early. They just weren't falling. Now the ball's starting to go in for the Irish. Coach Bray will never be concerned offensively about what they do because he knows they can put the ball in the basket. It's the defense, which has been crushing to this team this season.
They're going to call a foul on Couture.
Now, what Cormac Ryan's done here is smart. He understands Hunter Couture is an aggressive on-ball defender. And if you're going to get up there and be that aggressive, I need to meet that with an aggressive offensive approach as well to Cormac Ryan's benefit, attacking that gap and driving lane.
5 fouls on Virginia Tech. Notre Dame has 3 here in this first half. Hammond on the drive, and Notre Dame in front.
Marcus Hammond getting whatever he wants as the Irish take their first lead of the evening in the final minute of the first half.
1-point lead. Padula trying to answer. Oh, nicely done, Sean Padula.
How about the body control? Suspended in the air to deliver the basketball.
All the way through for his 6th point.
It's the offense we were expecting, right, Wes? A little back and forth 5.
Yep. 9-second differential. Shot clock to game clock as we work our way down this opening 20.
I'm letting Marcus Hammond get a ball screen and try and get there again.
Here's Hammond. Leaves it for Zona. Blocked by Mutts. Zona tried to keep it alive. 12 seconds to go. Padula, Couture, Basile. 5 seconds for Grant. Almost traveled with it. Gets it to Mutts at the horn. And that'll do it. Halftime here in Greensboro of our final first-round game. Virginia Tech's going to take a 1-point lead here, Jordan.
They got to credit Marcus Hammond for his tough-minded drives that really lifted up this Irish team offensively. And as they got the drive.
Yep. We expected it to be full throttle at 94 feet. And there's a look. 12 field goals for each, 5 threes for each, rebounds virtually even.
What's the score? Pretty even as well.
1-point game, yeah. I'm telling you.
That's what you get.
It's had surges both ways. 8 to shoot, and here's Hammond again.
In a lot of ways, similar programs here and how they're run.
Long 2, good. 16 for Hammond on his 6th field goal, Jordan.
And this is big because with J.J. Starling out with injury, with that knee injury that most likely keeps him out for the remainder of the season, you need this from
Mutts
someone.
Counters for the Hokies. He's into double figures. You saw Justyn Mutts is just now 1 basket from the floor and a couple of rebounds away from his 6th double-double against the league this year.
It's another great matchup for Hammond.
Hammond into traffic. Ryan.
Just go get it back. He's got Basile on it. Let's point the matchup.
Cormac Ryan slips it. Leschewski scoreless first half. He'll drive Padula all the way to the rim and score.
Irish Kitchen rotations have a few different opportunities to exploit a mismatch. It could have been Basile on Hammond, but instead it's Leschewski on Padula for the drive.
Teams exchange leads here. First couple of possessions of this second half. Collins almost fell down, and the shot spins out for Nate Leschewski. Leschewski, by the way, only took 3 first-half shots.
Yeah, him and Goodwin were pretty quiet in that first half. Two of these leaders that came back, and for good reason, till the year kind of took the turn it did.
Wirtz tried to drive it on Basile and had it rejected by the big man.
Good patience here and discipline from Basile. Took the shoulder into the chest, but undeterred stayed with and used his length for the block.
13 to shoot for Hammond and the Irish. Hammond will drive Basile. Oh, little crossover and flip. Got his own rebound. Couldn't score it. Basile finally collects it for the Hokies. And a foul on Hammond, trying to play over the top of the screen.
But I like the idea, understanding Padula is a dangerous threat from 3. You can't afford to go under. You've got to fight through over the top. You'll live with that. Just got to play cleaner, but I like the decision making, not giving up the 3.
Yep.
They're going over top of all these screens, you can tell from the Irish defensively.
Couture fired it right by Collins, out of bounds. A.J. Desai and Lee Cassell going to come together, and they finally collaborate and say it was last touch by Notre Dame. One guy always happy, one guy always like, what?
Can't please them all.
It never fails, though. Basile, little wraparound dribble and scores. 10 for Grant Basile.
And now it's just becoming a matchup thing here early in this second half. Favorable matchup for the guy with the basketball in his hands and the ability to convert plays.
Goodwin. Here's Wirtz. Feels like Hammond's got to get some help if Notre Dame's going to win this. 5 to shoot, and he's step back 3 on Basile. Whoa, now.
And now that's where Hammond can do it. A few times he tried to take it right into the chin of Basile, and he got thrown off. He created space to deliver the jumper.
And Padula answers. Here's the game Jordan Cornette advertised for you in the first half.
There we go. These two teams have found their rhythm firmly into who they are, and it's two teams that can fill it up and light up a scoreboard.
Here we go now. Wirtz and Goodwin. You know Dane Goodwin wants to get in on this. Backs down on Mutts, squeezes around. Can I finish? Mutts did a nice job on the box out.
Goodwin tried to rush it to kind of catch Mutts off guard. Didn't work.
Padula at 6 threes on Saturday against Florida State. And Mutts and Hammond got tied up, but Jeff Pond has called Marcus Hammond for his 3rd.
And Hammond's got to be careful now, because now Hammond's got 3 as we see Padula on his step back, loses Hammond, rises and fires. And then Hammond elects to not drive it all the way, but use a step back of his own to create the space on the bigger defender in Basile. But now Hammond, with 3s taken out of his rhythm, goes to the bench, and an Irish offense who struggled to score it without him now vulnerable.
And another Notre Dame foul. Is that Zona? It was. Matt Zona, his first, 3rd on the Irish. Of course, he came off Bray's bench in the first half, knocked down a couple of 3s when the Irish were making that run. New 20 for the Hokies.
Ryan, good job of chasing there.
Mutts.
Got away with the walk.
Yep, sure did. Gets the basket.
Got away with the walk.
12 points now on 5 field goals for Justyn Mutts. Hokies lead is 3. And Hammond goes right back to the table to check back in for the Irish. Ryan. Here's Zona. Lobbing for Leschewski. Nice catch and score.
I mean, that's all day. If Leschewski decides he wants to supplant himself, loiter on the low block, and catch and finish over a guy who's not nearly in size to challenge him.
Virginia Tech lead cut to 1. And turned over by Basile. Mike Young not happy. He wanted a whistle there. Here's Cormac Ryan on the drive. Into traffic. Lowered the shoulder. Put it up. Zona will follow. And there's a whistle from A.J. Desai. Do we have a basket awarded here? Let's find out. Foul is on Basile. It'll be his second. It'll be the first on Virginia Tech. And Mike Bray, knowing that if you don't win, it's all over at South Bend. Well, before we're done here Saturday night in Greensboro at the New York Life ACC tournament, I think you're going to get plenty of noise. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets cranked up about noon tomorrow.
I respect you too much to ask you to pick a winner because it's too difficult.
Cormac Ryan knocks the free throw down.
Unless you're feeling froggy, go ahead, man.
Look, I'll tell you exactly what I said in game one or earlier game with you. Anybody playing tomorrow, yes, is in the mix.
Yeah.
It's in the mix with the 4 that are still waiting.
Lump them in with the double buys. I'm with you. And don't count out that 7 seed. I know it's been in vogue to count them out because they've underperformed, but Carolina's still dangerous.
And remember,
dangerous.
We told you the story in the first game. Boston College came within an overtime basket of going to the semifinals.
And they're probably going to have Quentin Post, I would imagine. We have not been told anything. There's a good chance Quentin Post may suit up to take on Armando Bacon. That'd be fun.
So Basile will go to the line after the Leszewski foul. 6'10" grad student, Jupiter, Florida, Nate Leszewski's first. And Basile's free throw is good. Don't forget Saturday afternoon, triple header of lacrosse. We'll start on the women's side, presented by Ally, Syracuse and Notre Dame from the JMA. And then we'll go to the men's side. Number 2, Notre Dame. Number 9, Ohio State at 2. And then Lars Tiffany and top-ranked Virginia welcome Towson to Charlottesville. All on ACC Network, streaming live on the ESPN app. Elijah Poteet from about 35-40 minutes away. Reidsville, North Carolina. Transfer from Rice onto the floor now from Virginia Tech's perspective. With
Looks like he hasn't had a carb in his entire life.
Yeah. He's pretty rocked up.
So that's what discipline with the diet looks like. That's cool.
Right. The miss. Poteet the rebound. We can all hope, right?
I gave that up a long time ago, Wes.
I think I was before you. Here's Mutts on the drive, and before Van Allen Lubin, I think, is going to be ticketed, and is by Jeff Pond. The freshman from Orlando, good-looking prospect now.
An important piece for the transition that is coming here at Notre Dame. That's a guy you got to keep.
Yeah.
I believe that's try and build, not necessarily around, but he can be a key piece moving forward because of what he can be on that low block as he evolves and develops. Still very raw.
Zona, a foul. Collision under the basket. That is 6 now on Notre Dame, and the second on Matt Zona.
And that's uncanny. I mean, they're not typically a team that's going to get, you're going to get into the bonus and get from the free throw line, but defensively who they've been this year, they can have that penchant for violating, which has been uncharacteristic of years past with Coach Bray's team.
Zona and Ryan are out. Leszewski and Goodwin came back on the hustle.
Torres got to go get that back.
Here's Poteet against Leszewski. Elijah with a right hand. Missed it and pulled away by Hammond. Skip to the corner, Goodwin. Loads up for 3. And Couture the rebound, and Wade, here's A.J. Desai. And it's Collins on a clear out underneath the Notre Dame basket.
A.J. Desai all over that call. Doesn't seem like a lot of resistance from the Hokies. Collins knew he must have been caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Shot goes up. Goodwin narrowly evades being out of bounds on the catch and shoot. And yeah, he definitely caught up Leszewski there on the block out. Right call.
Second on Collins, second on the Hokies, and now another one. It's on Couture. It's his second.
The Irish generating second chance opportunities. Did not have that on the bingo card this evening.
Wirtz. Going to have to load it for Hammond, who caught it right in no man's land at the midline. Wirtz again off the screen. Leszewski really wants the basketball.
He's got to win here in isolation. He's got to win this matchup.
Rolls back, cannot score it.
Collect before you offer. He's getting sped up against a smaller defender. Take all the time in the world. Help's not coming. You're in isolation. Take your time delivering the basketball. You can still see that discomfort because that's not truly Leszewski's game. Back to the basket.
Here's Collins. Kick out, Padula three.
Strong closeout from Leszewski. Make him shoot over 6'10". He altered that shot with the effort.
And now Leszewski's going to be called for a foul. Completely frustrated. Lee Cassell on the whistle, and Mike Bray.
Felt like it was a flop from Padula, who was clearly overmatched down low. We get the luxury of the look. Down low here, you got to look on that right block. That's a flop. You can't call that. That's a flop. Coach Bray doesn't like it. Don't strain yourself now, Coach.
17 foul. No free throws. Here's Rice, young freshman from DeMatha, with Padula here. 7 minutes gone in this second half, and it's a 1-point game. Rice trying to square up Goodwin. All the way through, turned it over to Hammond. They hurry, they got 2-on-1. Trey Wirtz stripped and knocked away by Padula. It'll stay with the Irish. And Mike Bray wanted 2 shots and was soft jogging down in front of the Notre Dame bench, throwing his right hand up in the air as if to say he was in the act of shooting.
Coach is staring his Notre Dame coaching life right in front of him here in the final 13 minutes. He's going to milk it for all it's worth.
Yep.
Hoping he'll get a favorable whistle in what could be his last game here at Notre Dame.
Oh, my goodness. So Leszewski comes out. Cormac Ryan is back in the ball game. Inbounds to Ryan. Working on Couture. That's been quite a matchup tonight, by the way. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Cormac Ryan.
Coach Bray is getting teetering towards that line. Theatrics here. Let's take a look. It's not a charge. I don't think the armbar came out to warrant the whistle. But aggressive defense may have helped guide it towards getting that charge call from Couture.
Virginia Tech is guarding it tonight, and now Wirtz reaches in to try and strip Poteet. Commits the foul. So that is now 9 on Notre Dame. And free throws from Elijah Poteet, who has not scored in the last 2 ball games, only averaged 7 minutes a contest for Mike Young to close the regular season. 75% free throw shooter is the Rice transfer. And that spins out. Still a 1-point game, Jordan. Each school's fighting through a little bit of a scoring drought of almost 3 minutes. And Poteet missed them both. We've had some ebb and flow here, haven't we?
We thought we picked up that offensive rhythm. It's kind of slowed to a halt, but we've seen enough of these two teams to know it can come back at any moment. Enter Cormac Ryan. Look, Cormac on the catch. He understands the defender who's coming at him, and Hunter Couture gets up in you. And a few times, Cormac said, okay, if you're going to do that, I'm going to rip through and drive it.
Yep.
And he's had success.
Cormac Ryan, the field goal. He's got 11 now. Couture lost it off his foot over the inline. It'll belong to the Irish.
Hero ball from Hunter Couture. Lost the matchup on the other side. Came down here and said, I got to win. Had nothing. Too much ball stopping. Got to move it. It's when the Hokies are the most dangerous.
Yep. 8 minutes gone, second half. 1-point game. Notre Dame, 2 of those 4 turnovers came in the last 3 possessions. They went for about 14 minutes without a turnover. And look at Wirtz. Or no, Hammond, beg your pardon. Squeeze through and score.
It was such a blur. It's hard for you to see. I mean, my man is cutting them up.
21 for Hammond. It's a season high. He had 20 earlier this year against Pitt. Irish by 3. And Ryan going to be called for the foul? Yes. Second on Cormac Ryan, 10 on Notre Dame.
Tough guard play from the Irish, willing them to a lead here in the second half. Cormac Ryan trying to get Hunter Couture off him, decides to drive it, rise, finish. And then Marcus Hammond, crossover, killer, into the paint, gets back to his left, finish.
There are all kinds of products in this world, things that make life easy.
Hey, don't forget, you can download the ACC 3-Point Challenge app presented by New York Life to help benefit the local boys and girls clubs. Score points for your school, and after the tournament, the local boys and girls clubs receive a donation from New York Life based on their affiliated ACC team's final ranking. Be the only way Cornell be shooting threes. Be on the app. Couture, the free throw. 10 for Hunter Couture. The largest lead in the last 12 minutes is 3.
And look, the game back in February, 93-87, had a back-and-forth vibe with some exemplary performances in that one from Basile and Leshevsky. We're getting a little bit of that from Hammond right now, who's trying to will the Irish to one. More balance with the Hokies, which makes them more dangerous.
Zona offensive foul. Matt Zona's third. Player control, no free throws for Virginia Tech.
Let's take a look. Zona on the drive, lowered that left shoulder into the chest of Basile. Absolutely the right call. Good defense from the big fella moving laterally. Zona also playing outside of himself a little bit there.
Padula. Virginia Tech trailing 1.
Basile down low, has an advantage.
Put it up, Zona blocked it. Trey Wirtz and the Irish. Cormac Ryan against Rodney Rice. Tees one up. Front rim miss for Ryan.
Feels like really Cormac Ryan and Marcus Hammond are the only two interested in making offensive plays.
Padula eludes Goodwin and rolls one in on the front. 11 for Sean Padula. Hokies back in front. I don't know how it's going to finish, but the Irish are not going to go quietly tonight.
Not with what's on the line.
Hammond.
But again, neither are the Hokies.
Goodwin, the layup, and one.
And for Dane Goodwin, who, look, he's just a reserve guy by nature, and I think at times that hurts him out there on the floor because he can become disconnected without the basketball. Having the ball in his hands, making a play like that may infuse him back into this game, one as tight as it is. Matt Zona gave Irish great minutes as he goes back to the bench.
Second foul on Mutts, and Goodwin gets the 3-point trip. He's got 6 now. Had just 3 in Saturday night's loss at Clemson, and only 1 double-figure game in the last 4 for the grad student from outside Columbus, Ohio. Irish by 2, lob for Basile. Ryan tried to fight it. And I think Cormac Ryan's just picked up his 3rd.
Yeah, he's going to pick up his 3rd. So now you've got Hammond and Ryan with 3 fouls. Your 2 best offensive threats. And suddenly the Irish become kind of vulnerable here. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Bray elects to do with the very physical guard in Cormac Ryan. It kind of has to adjust his game here.
So here is Basile at the line. And the first one off the rim. Don't forget, ACC baseball game of the week comes up on Friday night. Number 19 NC State's in Miami. Game 1 of their 3-game sets right here at 7 o'clock on ACC Network and also available on the ESPN app. Second free throw for Basile. He's got 12 in the ball game, 4 in the second half. Collins is in, Basile is out. So Virginia Tech really sizes down here a little bit. Mutts the tallest Hokie on the floor.
This is when you have to play through Leshevsky.
And a foul on Collins. He was digging in. MJ Collins will pick up his 3rd.
I mean, that's 6'10 versus 6'4, Wes.
Yep.
Like, you have to play through Nate Leshevsky at this point until they put Mutts back on him. Now, Hammond can try and have his way on the perimeter against a guy like Collins.
Long lead for Goodwin. Ryan against Couture. Cormac squeezes around. What a tough shot.
I haven't seen many guys have the success in driving lanes against Hunter Couture in this conference as I've seen from Cormac Ryan this evening.
3-point lead. The Irish force a turnover. Here's Wirtz. Ryan in the corner. Goodwin against Couture. Fights in front of the glass and can't score.
Good defensive stand there from Hunter Couture.
Boy.
Didn't bite on any of the head fakes from Dane Goodwin. Patient and disciplined defensively.
Drive for Padula and last touch by Virginia Tech.
I thought that one went out on Cormac Ryan.
9:01 to play. And another look here at the scoop from Cormac.
I mean, Cormac right here again, just trying to take it right at Hunter. I didn't think he had an angle. Contorted his body to deliver it by extending that right arm out just enough to get the angle.
Mike Bray has said that his grad student from New York City is going to be a success in whatever he chooses to do. I asked Ryan about the statement yesterday. Cormac said he's very nice to say that. He said, I may be really good at business, but I'm going to chase this dream of basketball as long as I can.
You know what you're not going to tell Cormac Ryan is no.
Yep.
And I believe if the rest of the team matched his level of heart this year, I think the season may have looked very different for the Irish. I'm just going to say that flatly.
Knocked it away. Justyn at the other end. Little Euro and score.
Talk about a unique skill set. Justyn Mutts able to control his body with elite footwork. And we have some energy in the building, Wes.
Yep, 1-point game. Zona, who's been a threat from the perimeter. Hammond is the game's leading scorer. Wirtz off the Zona screen with 6 to shoot. Been a quiet night for Trey Wirtz. Fall away, short. 1-point lead for Notre Dame, and here are the Hokies. Padula back for Basile. Cannot crack the wall of Mad Zona.
Got to move it, or unless he wants to keep it and drive it on Zona, but got to move it.
Mutts tried to lob Basile the catch. Oh no, Collins a corner three. And Leszewski runs down the rebound, and a foul on Padula.
Silly move from Sean Padula, unnecessary.
Second foul on Padula, 6 on Virginia Tech. 1-point lead for Notre Dame. 7.5 to go, Jordan. We're taking this one to the wire.
Hey, how about that footwork? Like Wes Durham on the dance floor. The two-step and the finger roll. You love to see it here at Greensboro. It's March, baby.
One-point lead for Notre Dame. 7:34 to go. Game 3 of the first round of this 70th annual Atlantic Coast Conference basketball tournament presented by New York Life, and Mike Bray knows all too well about two-possession games. Oh, and this is what you were talking about. The little things, the details, right?
And I think it's most surprising to many because it's an old group. It's a battle-tested group, and those are the teams you expect to win the tight ones, but that's just not been in the DNA of this Irish squad. Meanwhile, look at a Hokies group that I think can go very far this week. They've got to survive here against Notre Dame.
Hammond and the Irish with the ball and a 1-point lead, and Ryan 15 to shoot. Leszewski, very quiet night. Nate on the drive. Kick out for Zona. Matt Zona's got 3 threes, and the lead is 4.
And I am confident this was not on the scouting report for Coach Young's squad. I mean, maybe an ability there, but he's knocked down 3 big-time threes for the Irish this evening.
Largest lead of the night for Bray's team. Mutts offensive foul, and Cormac Ryan is keyed up. 17th foul on Virginia Tech with 6:46 to go.
This is just Cormac Ryan understanding Justyn Mutts is going to bring the pain in that matchup. Again, like I said on the other side, heavy sell from Cormac Ryan. Felt more floppish than charge.
6.5 to go. Basile hedged on a double team and now follows Zona. There's some respect. Here's Hammond, 11 to shoot. Irish are trapped on one side. Ryan Working with Collins. Cormac reverse through. Mutts had it, lost it. Ball went to the next shot clock violation. Will send it to Virginia Tech.
Cormac Ryan, very lucky, playing with fire. Almost got his 4th foul after the giveaway. Would have really compounded the mistake there.
Ryan probably a little overzealous on the bounce.
Beautiful
Inside Basile.
Beautiful symmetry.
Yep.
Catches at the high post. Mutts, Basile knows to come from that dunker spot, make himself a receiver. Beautiful basketball amongst the bigs, that front line of the Hokies.
14 points now for Basile. Hammond has really sparked Notre Dame tonight. Mutts switches to Ryan with 10 to shoot. Deep three. Wow. Cormac Ryan now 16 in the ball game, 9 in the second half, and that was his second triple. My goodness, Jordan.
Cormac Ryan, you wonder why he's not ready for business? Because he's got some business to attend to on a hardwood. From Charlotte, Cormac Ryan, feeling it.
4-point lead for Notre Dame, and Cormac Ryan, Jordan Cornette, is leading Notre Dame, and not just on the floor.
Yeah, he's a competitor. And the guy he's going right at head-to-head on the other side is equally as much of a competitor in Hunter Couture. These guys are the lifeline. They are the straw that stirs the drink emotionally and in terms of motivating their group. But no doubt about it, Cormac Ryan has taken the reins from what Marcus Hammonds has done as the scorer.
Yep.
And it's been a Cormac Ryan show here down the stretch.
Wirtz, Leschewski, Ryan, Hammond, Goodwin on the floor for the Irish. Rice is returned with Collins, Couture, Padula, and Justyn Mutts. And on cue, here's Dane Goodwin. Trying to circle into traffic against Couture. Twice he spun, left it short.
I think it's really fascinating the Irish elect to go at one of the top 2 defenders on the Hokies team and Hunter Couture to try and generate your basket.
And now we get a quick timeout, and Mike Young is sending Grant Basile to the scores table.
Because it's offense time.
Yep. Well, the New York Life ACC tournament continues all week on the ESPN family of networks, but here are the stakes right now. The winner of this will meet number 6 seed NC State. Both teams lost relatively tight single games during the regular season to the Wolfpack.
7 teams, maybe even 8, have a chance to win this thing this week. It's a wild number, Wes.
Yep. 2.5 to go. Padula with 10 to shoot. Couture. Bounce pass. Basile the catch and score.
Couture does a fantastic job coming off the curl, playing off to, delivering the bounce pass in traffic for the finish from Basile.
2-point game.
Hokie fans showed up.
Yep. Hammond to work on Basile. Foul line, good. Marcus Hammond. 23 tonight for the Niagara transfer.
This Irish backcourt of Cormac Ryan and Marcus Hammond have had a clap back at every turn.
4-point game. Mutts kick out Rice. Hello. First ACC tournament points for freshman Rodney Rice. A triple to pull the Hokies to within 1.
2 teams executing offensively here down the stretch. I mean, couple impressive plays. Watch Couture with momentum coming off this thing. Gets in the paint, draws 2, dumps down to Basile. Quick decision from Basile to get it up on the rim. And then right here, Hammond exploits the matchup. Basile, the defender, fakes the drive, step back. And then Rice, been quiet, steps into that one with momentum, gives him the 3. And we got a 1-point deal here. Irish lead 62-61. And Coach Bray might find out what his future is on a final possession in this game here this evening.
First bench points of the night for Virginia Tech. You saw Virginia Tech assistant Kevin Giltner really going through the defensive sets for Mike Young's team.
I'm telling you, man, I mentioned these Hokies fans being here. Them fans never disappoint.
Nope, every time.
Never.
Inside 2. 1-point game. Wirtz. Hammond and Ryan have been driving the Irish most of the night. Leschewski a three. Missed. Goodwin tried to slap it out. Padula's got it. Less than 90 seconds to go. What a huge three from Rice, by the way. Here's Padula. Lost it. Ryan's got the turnover. And then Padula took it back. Lead for Mutts. And Virginia Tech leads. A broken play at both ends of the floor. And now Bray wants his team to get it into the front court and call a timeout. And that's what they'll do with 52 seconds left. Virginia Tech has regained the lead. And we had a busted play at both ends. Turned over by the Hokies, and then Padula with a takeaway from Ryan.
It looked like it was just going to be an unfortunate sequence for Padula, but Cormac Ryan never got his footing with momentum going the other way. But he still continued to try and push it, unaware of what was behind him. Cormac should have elected to compose himself, gather the basketball, run one, and instead it's a run out the other way for Justyn Mutts. Just a chaotic sequence. I'll tell you, everybody on pins and needles in the building. A program in the Hokies that just want a chance to survive and advance, and a group with Notre Dame that's not ready to say goodbye to 23 years of achievement with Coach Bray on the sidelines.
We saw Cormac Ryan hobbling a little bit, and here is why. Watch the ankle right there. Ooh. We saw Matthew Cleveland of Florida State have an ankle sprain, and he came back and was trying to contribute, ended up not able to play for Florida State. But
I'll tell you ain't going to tell Cormac Ryan he ain't going to decide these last 52 seconds.
He's playing, Jordan.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's like telling you not to talk to anybody at the ACC tournament. Certain things just aren't possible.
Yeah. Or maybe you when you get to South Bend. Yeah, right?
Those are hecklers. Those aren't fans. There's a distinct difference between the two. I keep trying to tell you this.
You just mentioned a moment ago the winningest coach in Notre Dame basketball history, down one with a minute.
Cormac Ryan's got to get the basketball here.
Hammond. And we got a foul on Padula.
That's going to put Zona at the line. Not ideal for the Irish. We've seen one attempt from him.
It's 10, by the way, on Virginia Tech, and it is the third on the sophomore Sean Padula.
And so they're going to go to the monitor just simply because of the contact. We'll take a look on the replay. It's going to be coming down. That's contact on the face and a kick. This might go the other way. Well, that was excessive from Zona. They might look at this, and there very well could be a reverse. This should go way of the Hokies, Wes.
So it's 10 fouls, which would mean 2 shots. And you see the...
I think this might end up being a flagrant one on Zona.
The Virginia Tech trainer looking at Sean Padula.
I mean,
so Jeff Pond and Lee Cassell have gone to the monitor here.
You've got that hand to the face.
Right.
Now they'll need to determine if that was incidental. That's part of it. But then you've got the kick that comes in the second half of this as well.
It was the first angle we saw, and forgive me here, we were looking at one angle of Zona coming off the wing. And I couldn't tell if he got taken off balance. I saw him make the contact, but was he off balance?
And that's what they'll need to determine here, the intent from Zona coming across.
See, Basile is trying to help. There's Ryan's screen. And
that's hard to determine the intent. It does not look good, the visual, as well as the kick. I think that's got to be a flagrant one, Wes. You hate to see the game come down to this and what's been boom, boom. I just don't see how you don't call that.
Right. And a long look here. Remember, there are a couple different factors at play. One is the play itself. The other is the clock and so forth that goes behind that with, of course, under a minute to go.
Yeah, that's got to... It's tough. It's a tough call. But as I see it, as my eyes look, that's a flagrant one to me.
Looked like he hit the back of Collins' foot that took him off balance. Nonetheless, you're right. The contact's clearly made. Meanwhile, Sean Padula's putting the ice on the lip here. They're trying to sort this out. The discussion takes place now with the three officials. And it's a 1-point game with 42.5 to go. The foul was a block on Sean Padula. But now that they've looked at it, all the things leading up to.
Heavy deliberation here. They understand the gravity of the decision that will be made here in the last 42 and a hook.
So, A.J. Desai, Jeff Pond, and Lee Cassell.
Crazy to think 23 years of coaching on the sideline for Coach Bray hangs in a balance here, and an ability for the Hokies to survive and advance and defend their tournament title from a year ago. All this waits in the wings. You gotta love sports. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Wes.
And we showed you all those one-possession, two-possession games that Notre Dame had played in the ACC this year.
And now I think Coach Bray's angling for it. Let's get a decision.
Right.
Let's get back to basketball.
Right. There's 42 and a half left to go.
This game has been so much fun down the stretch, and it's being deflated. You gotta get this right, but you're off of the monitor now at this point. So, guys, let's make the decision and go. We're about to find out.
And A.J. Desai talking to Mike Bray, Jeff Pond talking to Mike Young. And Lee Cassell is handling the scorebook and the game management across the way.
I'll tell you, from the reaction, you're not seeing a lot of emotion from Coach Bray. AJ's going to make his way over. Stand by, Wes.
All right, so A.J. Desai will tell Jordan. Okay. So the common foul on Padula. Then there's a dead ball on Matt Zona. So we got a common foul on Padula.
Common foul on Padula. Zona gets 2 shots. The technical is called on Zona for the hands in the face. Virginia Tech 2 shots. And because of the literature, it'll also be Virginia Tech basketball.
Got it. Thank you. So there we go.
You have to make the
Zona.
call.
By the way, the foul on Zona gives him 5. So I don't believe he can shoot the free throws. And Trey Wirtz will shoot the free throws.
And that's a win for the Irish in that regard.
So Zona fouls out with 9.
That is a blessing in disguise for the Irish, that Wirtz will now get an opportunity to shoot those free throws.
And now Trey Wirtz is called to the line to shoot the free throws. I'm not quite sure what's transpiring. Padula, Virginia Tech asking questions as Wirtz makes the first.
The theater in this building right now. Wow.
Trey Wirtz transferred from Santa Clara to the Notre Dame program, and those are his first free throws of the night, and pretty cool to make it a 1-point Notre Dame lead. Now here is Padula, and he'll shoot the dead ball technical on Zona. That was his 5th foul, by the way. And then Virginia Tech will get the basketball.
Impressive performance from Wirtz to convert 2 under the circumstances.
Padula free throw good. Second best free throw shooter in the ACC at 87%.
2 teams that make their free throws as well, similar in that regard.
Yep. Tied at 64. Second one no good. So now the Hokies will get the basketball. And they'll get it at the other end of the floor here at the Coliseum in Greensboro.
So not much gained. A point shift in reality, but a possession for the Hokies here.
Padula scoops it up, breaks the timeline. Basile on the floor, he's playing with 4. Mutts, a free path and a dunk.
That's a heck of a play for Hunter Couture. Hunter Couture just took care of 2 defenders to open up the path. That is such high IQ basketball from Hunter Couture, allowing Mutts to lane.
2-point lead, Hammond going to work. It's been a big night. Here's Goodwin.
Cormac wants it.
13 to shoot. 3-second differential. Ryan on the drive, missed the layup. And a foul called on Leshevsky after the Virginia Tech rebound. If I'm Mike Bray, I'm okay with number 5 trying to tie the game.
Cormac Ryan got to where he wanted to, but going back, watch Mutts seal him off here. Screens 2 guys. Screens 2 guys, Wes, that allows Mutts to get there. A human blockade allows the 2 handoff from Mutts. Then on the other side, look, Cormac just, his footing has failed him. Twice now in the most important moments. Unfortunate sequences.
Padula misses the free throw. Notre Dame has 1 timeout remaining. Make
get a
or
shot.
miss.
Got a rebound. Got to get an opportunity. It's going to be 1 possession either way.
You call a timeout, Jordan?
I think if you're Virginia Tech, you foul. If I'm Virginia Tech, I'm fouling him.
So a 60-second timeout will be taken by the Hokies here.
This all goes down to what you do. In this position, if I'm Coach Young, I'm fouling, putting him at the free throw line. I'm not allowing a 3-point look. Not with the Notre Dame team and their penchant and ability to knock down a 3 in those moments.
It's a 2-shot situation. If Virginia Tech elects to foul here, Jordan, it's a 2-shot situation. It's a 3-point game. Now Mike Young can foul in the backcourt.
Wes, my whole thing is I don't want my defense chaotic. I don't want to give Notre Dame an opportunity for the look from 3. I want to control the controllables. I want to allow them to shoot free throws, see if they can make them in that pressurized situation. We can rebound. I believe our team can make our free throws on the other side. I play those percentages more so than giving a scattered, chaotic look for the Irish from 3.
Well, quick reminder as we show you the bracket here of the ACC tournament presented by New York Life. The winner gets NC State tomorrow in the last game of the 2nd round. We'll have our coverage on ESPN at noon with Syracuse-Wake Forest, followed by, is Georgia Tech trying to wear a glass slipper here in Greensboro after a 1-point win earlier today against Florida State? Now, let me remind you in Charlottesville that Notre Dame knows how to execute the missed free throw. Remember, they got a clean look for Dane Goodwin in Charlottesville.
You're absolutely right. He just couldn't convert it.
Mike Young knows that. So where do you foul Notre Dame if you foul?
If you foul, you want to lose a little bit of clock here. You don't need to foul right away. But you also don't want to foul any shooter in the act. So there's a fine line here.
Mike Bray's illustrious career in South Bend hanging in the balance.
They're going to play.
Here is Wirtz coming into the forecourt. Trey toward the corner. Here is Hammond, blocked by Mutts, and out of bounds with 1.9 left. He blocked it, then touched it when he was out of bounds.
1.9 is an eternity. You can catch, compose, and get a clean look.
Yep. So the ball, I believe, belongs here to Notre Dame in front of their own bench. What a block by Mutts.
How about the effort from Mutts?
And then he is touching the sideline. That's a nice piece of officiating by Lee Cassell.
All over it, Lee Cassell all over it. They're going to just do their due diligence, double check to look.
I think the clock is the issue here more than anything else. So they'll get that set. Remember back in the first ball game today, we saw them add 1/10 of a second on the Javon Franklin free throw.
Yeah, because that went from what, 0.2 to 0.3.
Yep. You talk about changing the game. 0.3 allows you to catch it, throw it to the other
That's
end.
a big point. That's a big 0.1. They're going to give him 2.4.
Wow.
That's a significant add of 0.5.
Yep. So, can the Irish find a clean look here? Trying to push the sun back up in the sky for one more day of Mike Bray at Notre
Trying to
Dame.
extend it for a little bit more extra basketball. The Irish have 4 capable shooters. Quite frankly, 5 out there. They can all get a look. So if you're Virginia Tech, you got to communicate, switch everything. Those are the message. That's the messaging coming from Coach Young's group.
They've hit 8 of 20 from 3 tonight. Zona had 3 of them. 2 for Hammond, 2 for Cormac Ryan, 1 for Dane Goodwin.
Coach Bray, question is, what do you have left? ATO here to determine what your immediate future looks like. Is it on to the next thing, or is there a little bit more time on the Notre Dame sidelines?
Hokies bring back Collins, Rice, Couture, Padula, and Mutts. Wirtz will put it in play. Leszewski, catch, fake, shot to tie. It rims off, and Virginia Tech will move on to the second round. And Mike Bray, after 24 years in South Bend, the Irish's all-time leader in basketball wins with 483, will bid farewell here tonight.